Greetings, unfortunate audience. It's Bootleg Anxiety, and we're back. Yay, boo. That's for you to decide. Without further ado, it's Season 2! Why? Because we like suffering, you like suffering for clicking on this video, and I'm completely honest here. Maybe we're talking to a brick wall, but that's okay. Take us away, Dylan.
What?
We're on page 3 of the script.
Oh no. Oh no. There was a script? Was I supposed to study?
Oh man, dang it. Ah. You just finished acting too. Damn it. What the okay. Anyway, so, as I said, we're back finally, unfortunately. And unfortunately, you're listening to us, ruining your ears in the process. But that's a-okay. Because we got Dylan here now. We technically were already back, but I mean, it was just me.
Now we're really back.
Yeah, I was back. Now we are back, and that's all that matters, is that we are back. Because that last video, I don't know if you know this, Dylan, but it was pretty boring without you. So I mean,
it's gonna be pretty boring with me.
Well, yeah, it's because you're pissed. Because basically, Dylan, would you like to tell us about your misadventures?
I'd like to die.
Point in case. So, we basically...
I'm recording from my phone because my computer...
Yeah.
...is... Okay, so first off, like, 20% of the reason why we've been gone so long is because my computer was broken. Turns out the goddamn power supply was just broken and wouldn't turn on or work. So I buy a new one, plug in, everything's working Jim Dandy fine. And so then we're like, hey, let's record. So I start recording. Well, no, I try to record using what we did to record our, like, test episode, basically.
Yeah.
From, like, whenever my computer didn't implode.
In September, we did that.
And so that was working out fine back then, but now it's not working at all. And so I get frustrated. I maybe push my table several a time, and then I click restart because, restart. And you know what? It says there's updates. You know what? Fine. A few updates, that's fine. A few updates I can handle, okay?
Windows would like to chop off your penis. Agree?
It does one update. It does one update that took about, like, 4 or 5 minutes. Alright, that's fine. I've been sitting here 15 minutes now on this second update, and it's only at 3%. It's only at 3%. I'm looking right at the monitor, and
Is Windows, like, virtually changing its OS?
do you know how much percent that is?
Not much.
That is 3%, 1/100ths of the download update. And you know what? It's also at a different resolution than any other time my computer updates, which is really worrying me, because I say my computer was working Jim Dandy. What I mean by that is it was working kind of wonkily compared to how it worked before, which to me implies there might be more problems in just the power supply. And now that it's doing this weird different resolution thing, I'm really worried something's wrong with my computer. And I'm just... Okay. In other news...
Windows is trying to download a bomb into your computer. Agree or disagree? Update.
In other news...
Smash that update.
In other news, Dark Souls is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Oh, cool. I don't care because I don't have a Nintendo Switch, but a lot of people do and probably do care. So that is an interesting thing, Dylan. Okay. Anyway,
and then personal shit happened.
Yeah, the other 70,
so let's go
the
on
other 75,
life.
The other 75% of us not uploading was basically just not really caring to sit down because of other shit we were doing. But we're at season
now I'm just talking about the past, I'm just talking about the past week now. Also,
actually, you're talking about the past hour, honestly.
Okay,
computer.
past week or two,
Okay.
there's also personal shit. So let's just continue on with
Okay.
this.
All right. I'm a-okay.
What
with
was
that.
our game plan? I was gonna
It's-
say I have a
it's-
Civilization game to play, but I
I
can't
know.
play it because my computer's updating.
Yeah, I know. Chill out, jeez. I feel like you're gonna like break in my house and kill me. I never heard you this freaked out before. Anyway, we're reviewing last year. This was supposed to come out before New Year's, but we never got together to do it because Dylan's computer was broken, and I never actually invited him over because my house is a total wreck right now. But that is completely fine. Like, you should have seen how much of a wreck it was. Like, I had like a portal with ghosts falling out of it, and like they were like screaming at me and stuff like that. The next thing you know, like this bulldozer came flying through my bathroom door, and I was like, I was in the middle of taking a shit while it happened actually, and this tractor just comes through, and it was very unpleasant. So that's why I did not invite you over to do this. But regardless, we're doing it basically as a season 2 opener. Only it's like a I don't know what's the exact opposite of penultimate. It's like whatever. You get the point. It's our second episode, but it's our grand second episode because we are number 2. Ain't that right? So, yeah.
That's what plays. No. It's like a really wonky, terrible version of We Are Number 1, but it's We Are Number 2. Just.
No, it's bad. Yeah. Alright, so brief interruption there. Today we're gonna be basically reviewing the past year because it was pretty bad. So we're gonna review our downfalls of all of last year. Actually, about half of it, but that's besides the point. So, Dylan, are you ready to view the shit?
Yeah. Hold on.
I'm ready to view it. Let's do it.
9%.
Oh, jump up to 9.
I think it's
Wow.
speeding up.
Okay. Anyway, so here's our first. Here's the first thumbnail. If you remember us talking from last year, which you don't because no one watches our first year content and probably not our second year content, but I digress.
Screw you. I watch it all the time.
We don't count, Dylan. We are no ones. We are nobodies from the acclaimed hit game Kingdom Hearts 2 by whatever. Okay.
Do Nomura?
Yeah. By last year I mentioned that all of our thumbnails could be compressed into panoramic shots because of how much space I actually gave myself to work with on the thumbnails, which wasn't very much. Because I had to work with about 3 times the horizontal stretch of the vertical stretch. And this is the beginning. This is the very beginning. Fanfic Roulette episode 1. Shadow Visits Panda Express.
Was the beginning.
Remember Shadow Visits Panda Express?
You brought me the wrong orange juice.
It was pretty bad because
You got interrupted.
yeah, we straight up got interrupted, which I mean we did here too, but I mean I can edit it out because this isn't live streamed. Yayo. Anyway,
Yay!
so this was probably our shortest episode too. If I recall correctly, I might. Now whatever. So this was Shadow Visits Panda Express. We're probably gonna get back to fanfic roulette down the road because there is no surviving this roulette wheel, and currently we're surviving. So we're gonna go till we drop. Moving on. So
It's a good show too.
So
it's a quality idea.
It is a quality idea. And you should
If
all
only
like
someone of quality was making it.
And you should all like, favorite, comment, subscribe, yada yada yada. Share on Twitter, share with your friends, click the bell, and get subscribed when we upload.
Suck my dick.
Please suck my dick. That's all I want from YouTube. And they're going at the wrong rate at this point. I don't think we're ever gonna be able to get it because YouTube has been kicking people in the dicks lately. And if YouTube keeps kicking people in the dicks, no one's gonna be wanting to get their dick sucked because it would probably hurt. I think YouTube's trying to soften it a bit.
I want it sucked more.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
Anyway, moving on.
So, I've been moved on for a while. This one is from Fanfic Roulette Episode 2. Remy steals DK's banana. Winky face. Why the winky face? I don't know. This is our most viewed video, by the way. 63.
Linguini's a cuck.
63 videos. Yeah, Linguini's a reverse cuckold.
Yeah.
So, this was probably my favorite of the 3 Fanfic Roulette episodes. Because...
I think so, too.
First of all, I feel like we put the most heart into it, despite being only our second video. But also, the thumbnail is pretty good. Like, this is one of my favorite thumbnails that I've created. Honestly. Well, edited, I should say. I didn't, like, create all of it, obviously. But, like,
Dong Rage. There's some quality memes that have come out of that, too.
Rage was I forgot about, like, everything.
His Dong Rage clearly showing.
His Dong Rage was clearly showing. And that's why it's amazing. Go watch it. It's pretty great. Moving on, ASMR Field, episode 1. Yeah, I don't want to move on either. It was great. This is bootleg.
I just don't want to move on to ASMR Field.
ASMR Field. There's only 2 of them. This is episode 1 of 2 because we stopped it pretty early in production. In fact, I have more thumbnails than videos. We'll be getting to those later.
I give it a 1 out of 10.
I give this thumbnail a 7 out of 10. I give it...
Oh yeah, the thumbnail is good, but I'm talking about the episode.
Garfield and John are vaping. What's better than that? This is great. And then I just kind of added that mouth in the background. It's from one of the Garfield comics. But the resolution's really bad. That's why I give it a 7 out of 10. But don't watch ASMR Field. I don't even know why we still have it up. But we do. Whatever. Enjoy suffering.
Because. Fuel my dong.
That's the next one. Anxiety Cast Episode 1, Waluigi Mania. This was our first Anxiety Cast, which is basically, well, this, but we had, like, no topics going into it other than the fact that Sonic Mania was coming out. It got, like, delayed right at this point, I believe what it was, and we started talking about that a bit. And then
we also talked about
Waluigi.
What we wanted from a Waluigi game.
Yeah. And I think if someone please mod this game to have Waluigi in it, and my life will be complete if you do that. This thumbnail,
I'll suck your dick.
I give this thumbnail a 6 out of 10 because Waluigi. No. I give it a 5 out of 10 because Waluigi is like right over Sonic, and you can still see him in the background. Actually.
Oh yeah. I didn't even notice that until now.
Also, the screen size wasn't big enough, so I had to, like, expand it. I expanded the dong. And basically, it's, like, double bordered, and I don't like it, I guess you could say. But, other than that...
Also, it says Sonic Mania when it should say Waluigi Mania.
You're right. 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10.
You're the worst commentator
on the planet.
Although you didn't have to hear that from me. Anyway, going on. This is Fanfic Roulette Episode 3, 7 Grandstand.
I barely remember what happened in this episode.
Something with Optimus Prime coming out of nowhere, and, like, he was, like, fucking Tron and Granddad.
But it was a Megatron.
Oh, Megatron. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. Oh, yeah, Megatron. That's right, I forgot. Okay, so Mega Space Tron was... He joined in on it. That was pretty great. And, I don't remember much other than, we, like, spun again halfway through because we didn't know what to write. So this brings me to probably one of my favorite just of our regular podcasts for no reason other than I just kind of thought it was kind of funny. Anxiety Cast Episode 2, Late Night Rambling.
Probably one of our best anxiety cast episodes.
That's what I said, but probably not one of our best thumbnails because the resolution on it is piss poor. And also you can clearly see where I cut Schnitzel's face off. Because there's still a little white there on the, like, from where I trimmed it. I do want to do another one of these at some point. Not right now, obviously, because first of all, it's 9:08 p.m., but second of all, I don't feel like staying up too late, and I don't think you do either. So this brings us to our not our grand finale yet, but this brings us to our second episode of ASMR Field. I thought this was a funny thumbnail at first. I really don't like it now, though, because, like, if you look at the G, you can see where I cut it. I didn't even bother, like, patching it up.
That's what makes it great.
All the letters aren't patched at all.
That's what makes it great.
Cut. And I
what makes it great.
I didn't even put a background for it. I kept the plain gray that I.
It's what makes it great.
But no, nothing about ASMR Field was great. It was miserable. Please don't bring it back up again. Actually, it is going to be brought back up again because we're going to do a grand finale soon. Not soon, actually. It's probably going to be a while because we got to watch both of the movies.
Season 3.
Season 10. Yikes. Join us again in 2026 when we review the Garfield movies. When there's also a new Garfield movie out. That's right, because we're going to make a Garfield movie, a third one. And we're going to review it. And we're going to give it a 10 out of 10.
We're going to hire Bill Murray.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm pretty sure that we couldn't get Bill Murray for the life of us. But that's fine. Moving on. School's Out, Fool's Out, Anxiety Cast Episode 3.
Schmillium versus Schmeeny Schmod.
It's me, Schmillium. It's me, Schmillium.
Do you remember whenever I just shouted that, like, in the middle of the hallway, and you just, like, turned around all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Like, that was just, like, last week or something, and it was hilarious because you looked totally depressed, and then I just yell, Schmillium!
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, I just see your face. Yeah. You're just like, what?
That was fantastic. This is why I keep you around. That honestly made my day right there. Just hearing that. Like that's what let me get through the day, honestly. It was pretty great, but Smillium versus Schmoney Schmet, it's pretty good.
Schmeeny Schmod.
Schmeeny Schmod. I said Johnny Depp, didn't I? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you said Schmoney Schmet.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
It's pretty good.
What if we got Johnny Depp to do Sweeney Todd?
You mean Schmeeny Schmod?
Oh yeah, Schmani Schmep to do Schmeeny Schmod. Please don't sue us. Alright, so this is a pretty good thumbnail, although it's really badly cropped, I would say. But
Death Battle.
But Death Battle, that's what makes it great. This was also our first video that included a third cast member. Logan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty fun. This was probably my second favorite Anxiety Cast we did. But moving on.
I'd probably agree.
Moving on, we made a joke in this episode where I said, I'm going to make a list. 74 reasons why I'm going to kick your ass. And that's exactly what I did. This is my least favorite made thumbnail out of any of them. In fact, I actually thought about redoing this one because I hate it so much. Because, like, I cropped your hair, but I also gave everything on you an outline.
Mm-hmm.
So now it looks like there's, like, hooks. It looks like there's hooks coming off of your hair, which doesn't look very good. But also, I didn't have a drawing tablet at the time, so I cut a little drawing I did in my in my sketchbook. Other than that, I think a swift kick in the butt and then the 74 cents I edited was pretty good. But I thought it was pretty good. I liked it.
Alright episode, alright.
I thought it was a pretty funny episode, honestly.
Yeah.
I literally list 74 reasons why I'm going to kick your ass. Next, BTV Cribs, Dylan's Indoor Cave. portrait edition because Dylan can't record in landscape. The dick. I thought this was a pretty funny episode. I mean, you can probably give us more of an explanation of why he did it anyway.
Get the shit.
Get that shit out of here. So, why did you even make this video, honestly?
I don't remember. I think in one of the previous episodes we mentioned, like, making a like, video about our rooms or whatever, like, what's in our rooms.
Yeah, it might have been late night rambling, actually, because we were both in our rooms for that episode.
Yeah.
Because I was recording for my shitty phone.
I want to do, like, a legit version at some point.
A legit version of what? Like, BTV Cribs?
Of, like, yeah, like a legit actual, like, yo, this is what's in my room. Not just this, like, quick little, like, here's some shit.
Yeah, like,
here, move this.
It starts off with you opening up your door to me. That'd be pretty great.
Well, I don't even necessarily mean that. Just like a, you know, like, yo, look at my stupid movie collection.
Yeah, we gotta have, like, really
and
bad...
video game collection.
We have to have, like, really bad MIDI trap music in the background, too. Like, that's what's gonna seal the deal if we do it. That'll be pretty great.
You still haven't made yours yet, though.
I haven't.
Like, you need to make your joke one, and then I'll make my serious one, and you make your serious one.
No, you'll see what I'm gonna do. I've been planning it. Like, I have ideas written down. But we'll see. We'll see soon. So, moving on. AnxietyCast episode 5, Five Nights at Jason's.
Jason
is fucking pissed. This was a pretty uneventful one, if I recall. Like,
it was, but at the same time, I remember coming up with the concept of a Five Nights at Freddy's game, but with Jason, and that it actually wouldn't be that terrible.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Like a game, at least the concept where you have to survive a certain number of nights against Jason. You know, Jason.
Yeah. This is a bad thumbnail. The J is cut off in Jason, along with the N, because I didn't even bother, like, mirroring it or anything.
The J? Oh, wait, the J is cut off a little bit.
Yeah. But other than that, it's pretty basic. And it really shows how uneventful this episode was. And how uneventful
it was a basic thumbnail
is,
for a basic video.
Yeah, it was. Moving on.
Basic thumbnail for a basic video.
First movie commentary. Ghost Rider 2007. Not like there's another.
You mean the
Ghost
best
Rider.
movie?
The best movie ever. This is one of my favorite edits that I've made. Because
I like it too.
I made this before we even made it, so I had to, like, completely go over the top with it, with what I was gonna do, and it started off with me finding a picture of Nick Cage as Ghost Rider, just Ghost Rider actually, because it's just CGI, and he has his hand up in the air, and I was like, it would be funny if he was holding a corn dog. Because it looks like he's about to munch on something, so I added a corn dog in there, and then I just kept going from there. And then, oh boy, Nicolas Cage is cut, and then we soon found out that that's not true.
It was CGI.
Nicolas Cage has a CGI penis. Yikes.
Oh yeah, because I think in like a DM or something we were talking about, is Nicolas Cage circumcised?
Yeah, that's why I did it. But this was a good commentary, I would say. I would only recommend it.
Yeah, because it's a good movie.
Yeah, I would only recommend it if you have Ghost Rider, so you can listen to that. Otherwise, it's just 2 hours of us rambling and no clue what we're talking about. Moving on. AnxietyCast episode 6, the beginning of the Bubsy saga. Bubsy crashes E3 2017.
You mean my least favorite saga?
Yep, and my favorite. You know,
me actively trying to talk about E3, and you're like, Bubsy!
Yeah, that's basically what it was, and it was great. But, this is a pretty good edit. I like it. You got, like, Lou in the background there, dressed as Mario. Yeah, and then you got, Mario sweating because Bubsy is present, and, you know, I'm pretty sure everyone was sweating when Bubsy was announced back then. 7 months ago. But moving on.
Yeah.
Episode 7, part 2 of the Bubsy saga. This was the EA conference, so it was fairly uneventful. And
yeah.
How about those microtransactions, Dylan?
What do you mean?
How about them? Well, since we've been
played 'em.
gone, Electronic Arts has been in some trouble, haven't they?
So was
Yeah.
Bungie
Yeah.
and Activision.
They did loot boxes, and it was bad. And you know what? I think Bubsy could save Electronic Arts still. That's why I made this thumbnail, because Charles Darwin in 2006 predicted that one day a strange bobcat will save us all by taking over Electronic Arts. I'm still convinced Bubsy's going to take over EA.
I think we also talked about Ubisoft. Ubisoft in this episode.
Probably. I don't remember exactly.
Ubisoft had like the actual reveal of the Rabbids Mario thing, and then they also had Beyond Good and Evil 2. So it was either the EA one or it was the Super 3D. But that one we talked about Bethesda.
Yeah, which actually brings us to the next one. Super 3D Bubsy's Ark. Basically, this was the Bethesda one, which is why I made it Super Noah's Ark 3D or whatever. Because obviously that's a bootleg game of Doom. And the Doom theme, but it's just Bubsy. The Doom theme, but it's the Bubsy pilot. Oh no. That would be... We should make that a video. I'm gonna do that. Stay tuned.
Guys, my update is at 27%.
Not even a third the way there. It's a damn shame. Moving on. Episode 9 of Anxiety Cast. Part 4 of the Bubsy Saga. This was when Spider-Man was announced. Or shown off, or whatever.
No, it wasn't announced,
It
but
was
it
shown off.
was,
You know what I
yeah.
mean. And the reason that, J. Jonah Jameson is upside down there is because, well, I had a lot of extra space there, and I had no idea what to do.
How could you not use J. Jonah Jameson?
Well, I mean, upside down. I attached Bubsy's head to Spider-Man. It looked pretty sick the way it turned out. And I was like, I have a lot of extra space here, so I looked up J. Jonah Jameson. And this was the first image that came up, so I was like, alright, I'm using it. There we go. Moving on. This was our last Anxiety Cast, actually, up until this point.
No, there's one more.
Oh, yeah, but we cut it, though.
No, this one. It's the Bubsy 1 E3.
I said moving on. Bubsy wins E3 2017. This was our last
Oh, I thought
one.
you were talking about the Spider-Man one.
No. We're good. So, Bubsy won E3, as we all know. And it was amazing. Like, I was brought to tears. What about you, Dylan?
Sure.
Yeah, like, you know Bubsy had to do it to him. It was...
Then, Real Talk Nintendo did, but whatever.
No, they didn't. Bubsy knocked him out of the water. It was great.
Nintendo announces 2 Metroid games in one
Yeah?
E3.
Well,
Yeah, they lost.
Well, yeah, because Bubsy, like, showed up, and the entire crowd went wild. This is a live picture, you know. I didn't edit this. This was actually taken at E3.
Now you're starting to sound like that one guy who was claiming that Trump had the most people at his inauguration.
Sean Spicer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is...
Those photos are edited!
Hey, no. Look, this actually happened, alright? I assure you, Bubsy actually won E3, and everyone creamed their jeans. It was amazing. Moving on now. Bootleg commentary is basically our last actual video up until Season 2. This was our Doom commentary, and this one, the resolution...
Fairly boring commentary, but an amazing thumbnail.
It's an outstanding thumbnail. This is my most proud thumbnail I've ever made. Well, one of them at least, actually.
I love this thumbnail.
You know, the Bubsy Wins E3 one would be a pretty good one if I didn't edit it. But, I mean, you know, if someone doesn't believe me and thinks I did edit it. But, the Dwayne Johnson rock was in it. Dwayne Johnson rocked my socks off, am I right? Okay. So,
Die.
yeah, I'm working on it. So,
It's just taking forever.
it is. I mean, why else do you think I started this channel? For content? Jeez. No, I want to slowly die, and this is what's making it go faster. Anyway, this is one of my favorite thumbnails, although... Oh, this was actually our first comment and currently only thing we've ever done where we were in the same room.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was...
Oh, yeah, and then we had, like, a dog threatening us for, like, a good portion of it.
Yeah. Oh, and
or at least threatening you.
Yeah, also, I licked every single one of your Nintendo cartridges, which was fantastic, and it was tasty, and I'm gonna fillet them up next time I come over. Because I'm gonna saute
Next
them
time you
with
come
some
over,
mushrooms.
last time I had 4 Nintendo Switch cartridges. Now I have, like, 12.
now you have 2 because I ate them. Alright, moving on. This was our last video of last year.
You're gonna take extra long to lick the Sonic Forces
Oh,
one.
you damn right I'm gonna do that. So, this was Where the Hell's Bootleg Anxiety, and it's literally just 30 seconds of the word busy fading into the background, and you hear this. Isn't it great?
No.
Yeah, it's great. Alright, so it's just 30 seconds of what is actually a remix of Toxic Seahorse that I was making once in Famine Tracker, and then my cat walked across my keyboard and screwed up basically the entire thing. So I decided to throw some effects into it, and it sounded pretty great. So I love it. So that was basically the end of last year. However, by this time we were away for about 4 months, and I decided, hey, let's try to do some commentaries, and we were just like, alright, well, we might as well. But it didn't work because the first one we did, the audio didn't work, and the second one we did, you just never got around to editing, so that's gonna be part of season 2 now, I guess. Which will be kind of weird, but whatever. Anyway, so right now I'm gonna show.
It's kind of continuity.
Yeah, right now I'm gonna show the first of the 2 Garfield thumbnails we never used, which is.
This is never before seen.
Yeah.
Bootleg anxiety content.
Save your videos now before they're taken off. Do it. Like, comment, and subscribe, please. Have mercy. After you scrubbed all the floors in Hyrule. But anyway, this was...
So this is a good lasagna.
This was lasagna. I gotta have a good lasagna, John. But this was, the Garfield lasagna. That's what we should have called it. Damn it. How did we never come up with that? I mean, ASMR Field is pretty funny for the idea we had that never got pulled off very well, but anyway. This was supposed to be for episode 3. We never got to episode 3 because we canceled it in, like, Anxiety Cast episode 1, if I remember correctly. Or it might have been episode 3, actually. No, it was episode 3.
It was episode 3. It was, like, right after we did the second one, and I'm like, no.
We're
no
done.
more.
We are done. Anyway, moving on. This was for episode 4, and this is of the early
episode
thumbnails
4
I made.
is my favorite.
This is my favorite of the earlier thumbnails, for sure.
This is my favorite of the ASMR Field ones.
Yeah.
And we may or may not use it, or a variation of it.
We're totally gonna reuse it. We're reusing it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It's too good to throw away. So, that's it for ASMR Field. But for the... We had an episode a while back that we took off because I was really obnoxious in it. Because, well, I don't know. I was just... It was one of my obnoxious days, I guess. I don't know. But, we took it down because it was pretty bad. And we didn't even bother putting a thumbnail on it. And in it, I said, Tune in next week when I punished myself by listening to the Spider-Man 2 pizza theme for an entire hour. We never did that. However... we never did it a week later. However, we did do it. And it was like, that's what we were going to record before it came out that the audio was screwed up. This is the thumbnail I made. And it was an hour of me going just crazier and crazier as the minutes go on. Maybe I'll do something again like this. Probably not, though, because this was miserable to my ears. Comment below if you would like for me to do it again. You probably don't. Don't do it, please. I beg of you. All 0 of you, please. Anyway, so this was it. And, it worked, I guess. But the audio the audio didn't come out, though. So, in the end, it didn't work. And that was the end of last year. We were going to do one of these. We were going to do a year in review, but we never did it. So this is the beginning of season 2, basically. Besides the...
No, it's not. It's the second episode of season 2. You're a liar.
No, besides the one I did. This is like our first actual like anxiety cast type thing that we did.
That one was a pilot.
It was a pilot, you fool.
It was a pilot for a second season.
So yeah, that's about it for our thumbnails. So that's neat, I guess. And Insomniac on the floor. And he's sleeping like he's never slept before. Alright, so, this is basically... We're basically done now. That's it. So, we'll be back with some more content soon, I suppose. Now that we actually got stuff up and running and we're a little more organized now, and maybe our quality will improve. Right?
And
Dylan?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll try to. With that, we have an outro song for this week.
Oh, do we?
Or month, or whatever we're gonna, however often. For this episode.
Play it away. Don't sue us. Okay.
And now, it's time for Silly Songs with Larry. The part of the show where Larry comes out and sings the silly song. Joining Larry are Pa Grape and Mr. Lunt, who together make up the infamous gang of scallywags, the pirates who don't do anything. We are the pirates who don't do anything. We just stay at home and lie around. And if you ask us to do anything, we'll just tell you we don't do anything. Well, I've never been to Greenland, and I've never been to Denver, and I've never buried treasure in St. Louis or St. Paul. And I've never been to Moscow, and I've never been to Tampa, and I've never been to Boston in the fall. And the pirates who don't do anything. We just and lie around. And if you ask us to do anything, we'll just tell you we don't do anything. And I've never hoisted the mainstay, and I've never swabbed the poop deck, and I've never veered the starboard, and I never sail at all. And I've never used the gangplank, and I've never owned a parrot, and I've never been to Boston in the fall. 'Cause we're the pirates who don't do anything. We just stay at home and lie around. And if you ask us to do anything, we'll just tell you we don't do anything. Well, I've never plucked a rooster, and I'm not too good at ping pong, and I've never thrown my mashed potatoes up against the wall, and I've never kissed a chipmunk, and I've never gotten head lice, and I've never been to Boston in the fall. Huh? What are you talking about? What does a rooster or mashed potatoes have to do with being a pirate? He's right. We're supposed to sing about piratey things. And who's ever kissed a chipmunk? That's just nonsense. Why even bring it up? Am I right? What do you think? I think you look like Captain Crunch. Huh? No, I don't do not. You're making me hungry. That's it. You're walking the planks. That's who. That's who. Aye, Captain Crunch. Hee, yikes. And I've never licked a spark bug, and I've never sniffed a skink bug, and I've never been daisies on a big red rubber ball, and I've never made yogurt, and I don't look good in leggings. You just don't get it. And we've never been to Boston in the fall.
That was pretty good. My mouth hurts from kazooing, but that's fine. So, I'd say we're done for today. We good?
Goodbye, my children.
Alright, well, folks, you heard it. We're bootlegging Anxiety.
Wait!
What?
It's at 98%!
Whoa! Well, folks, anyway, we're Bootleg Anxiety. Good luck having a good night, and as we say in St. Louis, Thursdays are a hoax. Good night, everybody.